So I should be live. I'll wait a minute for the live hype. And I'll refresh my stream over there and see if that's going to come up. It's looking sort of like I'm up. Okay. Well, this game is taking longer to start than I thought. Let's see who we got out there. I see a Mr. Badmac. Why is taking this game so long? This is ridiculous. It's usually the menu by now. There's the menu. Give me a little volume. And we will load game. So, there we go. That should be the correct one. 2036, 2038. So you'll note that we are 10% of the way done with the game after 1 hour and 47 minutes. So Mr. Badmac sees me. Let's see if anyone else has popped up yet. Nope, there is no one there. Well, okay then. Put out a little response to my tweet. I don't know where the Pants of Stone would be. Don't want her to miss this. Anyway, let's load the game. So, Mr. Badmac, I was just reading about some kind of an explosion at an Ariana Grande concert over there in Manchester. News services here mostly don't seem to be carrying anything about that right now. Of course, you know, we have our own antics to keep up with, I guess. I had to go do some web searching. I hope none of that affects you, or anyone you know. Well, hopefully she'll get paid to not watch me. Although it'd be better if she could get paid to watch me, but I don't have that kind of money. I cannot believe how long this game is taking to load today. This is just unreal. Ah, there's our Pants of Stone, or Granite Bridges. It's okay, you're just missing a loading screen, Rock Pants. Yep, got done with the ads just in time so you could sit here and watch it building those shaders that you see over there. I always forget the camera's backwards. I have had to take this long before. It doesn't usually. I've also had to go through this a couple of times, then I just give up and restart it and everything's fine. Okay. Ah, so it saved here.
I don't see any champagne.
Where is everybody?
I'm here. So this is supposed to be the Nexus.
Be right. It's like everything's on standby.
If it's a surprise party, they're doing an awfully good job of it.
We could see what the VI has to say.
If I can manage to not stand inside the VI. Hello, Avina.
Welcome to the Nexus, gateway to Andromeda. I'm Avina, a virtual intelligence designed to assist you with immigration.
Can you tell us where the welcome party is hiding?
I'm sorry, my code is limited to information and simple interaction simulations. Please select from the following pre-programmed responses.
The news that I found said that so far there's 22 confirmed fatalities, but hey, who knows? Who knows how it's all going to turn out? It's apparently, you know, real early in the process. So, let's see. Let's ask about the Nexus.
What is the Nexus?
The Nexus serves as the central hub for the Andromeda Initiative's colonization efforts. It is the first destination for all colonists upon their arrival in the new galaxy. Please enjoy the many venues the Nexus has to offer. As the station expands, it will one day serve as the seat of government for Milky Way colonists. Providing a safe, stable, and prosperous environment is our primary goal.
Not from the looks of it.
What year is it?
What year is it?
The current year is 2819. After spending over 600 years in stasis, it's normal to feel disoriented or confused upon arrival. Our helpful medical staff can assist with any physical or psychological after effects you may be experiencing.
Well, she's got the date right, at least. So where is everyone?
We're in the Andromeda Galaxy, that's where.
What can you tell me about the Andromeda Galaxy?
Here in Andromeda, you are over 2 million light years away from the Milky Way galaxy. This is the furthest any life form has ever traveled outside our home system, making you a brave pioneer indeed. The Nexus itself is located in a region known as the Helios Cluster. Here, you and thousands of your fellow colonists will fulfill your dreams of settling a new home. Fortune awaits.
Fortune awaits.
How does the immigration process work?
We ask that you submit to a brief medical exam to ensure your health and well-being after making such a long journey. Once you've been cleared, our colonization experts will assist you in finding your new home. Please be mindful of the queue. Thousands of eager colonists like you are waiting to begin their new life in Andromeda.
Where? Place is deserted.
Yes, I will be mindful of the queue.
That's all.
It has been my pleasure. Please see one of our helpful immigration staff for further assistance. And welcome to your new home in Andromeda, where the brightest star is you. Current wait time for immigration processing is unknown error.
Right. That was helpful.
Helpful in a way that's not very.
Plants are still alive. It's like they didn't finish building it.
Hello?
R.J. Cody. Oh, we can scan Avina.
This place should be packed with people.
And yet it's not. So I guess, Josh, you weren't at the Ariana Grande concert then. Can't jump, but I can climb.
Maybe he's got champagne.
Maybe he's got champagne. Yeah, just hiding in that wall.
Let's talk to that work.
Yes,
Hi
thank you,
there.
Cora.
We're from Ark Hyperion, and wondering where everybody went.
Did he hear you?
Did you say an arc?
Ring. I'm being hosted. Let's see, that'd be professional, so we'll go with casual.
This is the Nexus, right? Pretty sure we parked in the right place. And for what it's worth, your VI over there could use an update.
Of course, I'm sorry. It's just, we thought you were all dead.
What?
Or captured, or lost in dark space, or... But you're here. You have no idea how much this means.
I don't believe it.
7. It means 7.
I'm Tyrion Kandros. I lead our militia on the Nexus.
I'm Ryder. This is Cora Harper and Liam Costa, part of the Pathfinder team.
I'm sorry for the confusion. Our sensors told us an Ark had arrived, but Helios is notorious for scrambling equipment. We thought you were just another malfunction.
Tyrion Kandros. So, do you remember in the Omega DLC where we were helping Arya retake Omega, and there was a female Turian that helped us out? Her name was Nyreen Kandros. Turns out these two are cousins. Okay, that one's kind of extreme. So I'll do the logical, because you guys wanted logical.
But aren't you expecting us?
You're the first Ark we've seen. After a year of waiting and no sign of the others, we shuttered this area and stopped looking.
You've been stranded for a whole year?
Longer. I'll fill you in on the way to Op Center. Everything that could go wrong with our plan has. We arrived 14 months ago. Right away, we hit a band of dark energy that knocked us off course.
We're familiar with it.
Then you'll know why we call it the Scourge. We lost whole sections of the station. A lot of people died. No power, no food. The chaos went on for months. It finally led to armed rebellion. When order was restored, the insurgents were banished. Exiles, we call them.
Are things back to normal?
Not even close. But you're here now, so maybe the worst is over.
So they've already managed to exile people.
Pathfinders?
No word from anyone, period.
Any threats from the locals?
So far, we've stayed hidden. We're in no shape to deal with an attack.
We had a first contact situation on Habitat 7. Whole thing went south. They tried to kill us.
That wasn't first contact. We know about them. Those aliens are going to be a real problem.
This day just keeps...
We're here.
You guys go ahead. I'll check out the security situation.
You should know our command structure has been fractured. Some of us are filling in for leaders who died.
Is it true?
They said drop everything and report for duty.
And no one was expecting an Ark to finally show up.
Docking procedures are green across the board.
Stand by to merge Hyperion power into the grid.
The crew of the Hyperion.
Good luck.
Thanks,
I'm Karen
Kandros.
Tan, director of the initiative. You have no idea how much your arrival means to us.
See, they definitely made Solarians taller in this game than they used to be. I'll go with the logical again.
We've heard about what happened, and we're ready to help.
We could use any supplies you have. Food, water, we're short on everything.
This is Foster Addison. She oversees colonial affairs. Where's the Pathfinder?
You're looking at her.
You're not Alec Ryder.
My father's dead.
No shit.
He made me his successor.
Alec is dead.
Long live the Alec.
Please understand, the entire initiative is at risk. None of the Golden Worlds panned out. They're a bust, and there's been no word from the other arcs.
What happened to them?
Unknown. Our supplies are nearly depleted. Rationing bought us some time, but even that's running out.
We need to find more resources, but that takes people, and we can't wake them up.
Until they have somewhere to live. A golden world.
Now more than ever, we need a Pathfinder.
It now falls to you, Ryder. Are you up to the task?
I don't see that anyone has an option. No, see, and that's it right there. You don't have a choice. I'm going to go with the logical, though. My dad knew best.
My dad knew what it meant to be Pathfinder. He wouldn't pick me if he thought I wasn't.
Your father won't be around to fix things if you fail.
That's no way to treat a guest. I'm Nak Morkesh, superintendent of this station. Hope they haven't scared you off already.
Ah!
It's nothing personal, but now isn't the time for on-the-job training.
At least the Pathfinder here seems willing to try. We could use a fresh perspective.
You've heard my concerns. I'll leave you to it.
Idiot.
We're all feeling the pressure. Let's have a private word in my office, Ryder. We'll discuss giving you a scout ship. I'm happy to work out the details with your associate.
Welcome to the Nexus.
I think I'm going for the emotional this time.
Thank you for standing up for me there.
Hope's in short supply here. What little we can find should have a chance.
Ma'am, the Hyperion's core is now online.
Let me show you something.
I just want to tell that orange-haired woman over there that her roots are showing.
An hour ago, that was all dark. But with the power from your ship, you're keeping the lights on. You have my vote.
And when the power runs out?
You'd best go talk to Director Tan. Make sure that doesn't happen. And don't be shy. Come see me when you have a chance.
So that's a pretty good view.
The Hyperion is starting to send a tally of supplies. Handling something big, is she? I'll just organize this as it comes in and send it your way.
I mean, look at that view.
So, anyway, thank you.
Press escape to view your journal. So, hey, we have a quest. All the story stuff will be under priority ops. Then there's always additional tasks, which will be speak with each of these four. And there's always completed missions. Yay. So I'm going to set it for the additional task. So if I look at a map, you'll see right there is one of the people I need to talk to. I could buy that rock pants, but that difference was so stark.
Hello, Console. You and I are going to be very good friends.
See here, doesn't look too bad.
Up and ready to go in no time. As soon as we hook you up to all that juicy, juicy power.
Disembarkation procedures
Dude.
for Hyperion are on hold. Please await further instructions.
So you see the little compass HUD up there at the top. It's pointing me toward an objective.
Nexus control to Hyperion. It's good to have you here.
But what choice do we have?
So let's talk to
How the
her.
hell should I know?
The docking checklist, shall we?
Spender, you have a job. If you want to keep it, do it. God damn it.
She's a charmer.
All right, what happened?
To who?
To whom? And your goddamn father.
I'm gonna punch you.
Sorry, my face is tired from dealing with everything.
Your
And
face is
right
tired.
now, I just want to know what happened with Alec.
Your face is gonna be sore in a minute, lady. All that matters is he's gone.
I don't want to get into it. Things went wrong. And now I'm the one you have to deal with.
Alec Ryder wouldn't accept that kind of ultimatum. Damned if I will. We'd never have left home if we... Not home. The Milky Way. This is home. This mess. We don't have a lot of options, Ryder. Maybe you'll prove your father right. After 14 months of failed colonization, forgive me if I don't hold my breath.
Failed colonization, so it sounds like they've tried to establish outposts.
You've had no colony successes in over a year? How many tries is that?
Less than you'd think. The Scourge, spoiled worlds, exiles, hostiles. We can't just plop down an outpost and expect picket fences. We need the Pathfinder and Sam to scout, evaluate, and inspire. The initiative promised a goal. Andromeda has not cooperated.
And if it had?
Beautiful utopian horseshit. Colonies that produce and support each other. The Nexus as Citadel, not headed by Tan, or even me.
So, what's your deal with my dad?
You called my father Alec. No one does that.
A lot of us joined the initiative because of his vision. What he shared of it, anyway.
Were you friends, or...?
I'm not your new mother, if that's what you're asking. Or his friend. He hated that I didn't use his title. But no one's a Pathfinder until they've path-found something. Much like a colonial director with our colonies.
So, Mr. Badmac, is that because of the what's going on over there in Manchester? Is that why you're staying off of Twitter for now, or is there something else going on? What are you doing about these hostiles?
There must be some kind of plan for encountering hostile aliens. We can't have been that naive.
We expected life, not an enemy that refuses to talk. They don't attack, they disinfect. We're nothing until we're bacteria. Sorry, 14 months and you stoop to poetry. That's how bad it is. Not sure who started it, but we're calling them Ket. Kandros will know more. Maybe too much.
You don't trust him?
I trust him to defend us. I do not trust a rising military influence in a supposedly civilian initiative. We came here to make history, Ryder, not repeat it. Ugh, goddamn poetry.
Now let's talk about this strange tech.
There's also this strange technology. Has anyone studied that?
We've tried. Not me. The brains in research. They're supposed to know their business. The current excuse? The tech we dug up on Mars was more advanced, but it was plug and go. The tech here thinks different? I don't know. We've mostly avoided it. And from what the Hyperion logs say about Alec, maybe that's good.
Oh, so you have read the logs, huh? Yeah, but not in our lifetimes, Josh. And not in the lifetimes of our children either.
How do you fit into the Nexus leadership?
I oversee the actual settlement effort. As the number of outposts is currently less than ideal, my influence is limited. As Tan is quick to remind me. Left a perfectly adequate career as a chief officer. Provincial capital, too. Only a new galaxy could pull me away. And here we are, idling.
I should go.
Excuse me, Director Addison.
Ryder?
It's Pathfinder.
Ryder, we're starving here. If we don't get a foundation of outposts to feed the initiative, we might as well be 600 years dead. Alec promised a lot. None of it panned out. That's what you're up against. Why people won't trust you. Why I don't trust you. Prove me wrong.
If I prove you wrong, can I punch you in the face?
Engineering reports. Hyperion power draw is now at 100%.
Let's see, next one is over there. That's Tan though, right? Yeah, I'm gonna hold off on talking to him. Cash will be in here.
Engineering update. We are working on accessing more power from the Hyperion.
So that's not a bad view.
Non-relevant repair requests are currently on hold until power coupling is complete.
Just wait until I get to the Tempest. You want to see some beautiful graphics? Just wait till I get there.
There you are. Hope the others haven't been giving you a hard time. There's a lot that needs doing. At least with the Hyperion hooked up and feeding us power, my team and I can get more work done.
Your team, huh? What's your job?
What kind of work do you do as superintendent?
I was part of the team that originally designed and built this place. I keep the station functional, or as functional as possible, considering.
So where's the rest of your clan?
I noticed there aren't a lot of Krogan around.
You haven't spoken to number 8 yet, have you?
Number 8?
Tan. Ask him why most of my people left. He'll have opinions. I can tell you this much. When the mutiny happened, a deal was made. My clan were supposed to settle matters and, in return, get more say in the initiative.
Yeah. Number 8?
Why do you call Tan 8?
Because he was 8th in line to take over the Andromeda initiative. I like to remind him of that now and then. Keep him humble.
Oh, great. So the first 7 choices are all gone. Okay, well, what deal did number 8 have with the Krogan?
Did the deal go through?
The clan held up their part, but Tan had a meltdown when he found out we wanted more say around here. Then Addison's assistant, Spender, pretended he never made the deal in the first place. It was a mess, but I don't blame my people for walking out. We're done being used.
Then why are you still here?
With your clan gone, why did you stay?
It's complicated. The station and my clan both need me here.
Okay. Let's talk about the genophage then.
When we left the Milky Way, the Krogan were still dealing with the genophage.
Right. The genophage. A little gift to our people from the Solarians thousands of years ago. That sterility virus they infected us with left most of our children stillborn. Only 1 in 1,000 survive.
So I guess you're not liking the Solarians much.
No wonder your people have such a problem with Solarians.
Some wounds never heal. Not that my ancestors didn't provoke it. They did try to conquer the galaxy. The Solarians were forced to respond. And it's not fair to blame it all on them either. The Solarians developed the virus, but it was the Turians who deployed it. I'm hoping that's all in the past. Plenty of blame to go around, but Andromeda is about new beginnings. My people need that more than most.
So what's the state of the cure?
What about the Krogan here in Andromeda?
There's no cure for it. But my clan was starting to show mutation against the virus. A natural defense. During the trip to get here, Krogan underwent gene therapies to enhance the mutation while we were in stasis.
So you used those 600 years to your advantage. Gave the adaptation more time to develop.
Yeah. Still early, but I think we made a dent. Our scientists say we've improved viability to almost 4%, which is a lot better than what we had. Beyond all the statistics, it means more Krogan children will live. It's the only way my people have a future out here.
Well, that's only if we're in a movie, Mr. Badmac. So what problems does Nexus have?
What sort of problems have you seen on the Nexus?
Situation's gone to shit pretty much sums it up. There's arcs missing. Some idiots tried to mutiny and take over, then more idiots offended my clan, so they left. And to top it all off, the founder of the initiative, Gian Garson, was killed.
What happened to Gian Garson?
Killed in the Scourge disaster. Her and a bunch of the other leaders. Tan might know more.
More Nexus problems.
And I thought the Hyperion had it bad when we arrived. Anything else?
The outposts aren't happening because we don't have resources or people, so Addison's more uptight than ever. And let's not forget how badly the station was damaged on arrival. But that's a detail, according to some. My team and I are repairing what we can. If we don't get materials soon, things will go downhill. Fast.
Josh, don't even joke about that. 45 actually would like to make that happen. Okay, I guess I'm done here.
Nothing more for now.
See you later. Yes, I know the Hyperion docking unannounced caused some switches to blow. That's fine. I don't.
Switches don't blow, switches
The
flip.
problem is more widespread than we thought. We're
Same shit, different day.
working to fix it. That's all.
Container. What does it contain? Welding electrodes. Basically, junk you can sell.
Tempest crew should report to the docking area.
Excuse me. Let's go talk to Kandros.
Just wrong. Just wrong.
I'll talk to you in a minute. Let's talk to Kandros first. I don't know.
I know that look. The others bent your ear, did they?
In half.
Something like that?
You get used to it. Just focus on being a Pathfinder. Can't argue with results, though they'll try. Anyway, welcome to Militia HQ. Excuse the mess. This office fields militia work, Nexus security, and looking for the Turian Ark.
What's the word on the Turian Ark?
Scattered readings. Some indicate the Natanus was destroyed, others that people are alive. Who knows? If you need anything, come see me, even if it's just a vent.
That's right, Josh. I don't know if you were actually watching yet, but this is Nyreen Kandros' cousin. Which eventually he'll talk about at some point.
What do you know about the enemies we've encountered? The Ket.
We usually see them on worlds with those alien structures. The Ket don't take kindly to anyone studying them. Not sure why. They don't talk to us. Every time we cross paths, there's a fight or they take prisoners.
Why? What do they want?
No one knows. But I've seen their weaponry and what they do to those prisoners. I want them a long, long way from the Nexus.
Well, I wouldn't say it was added. I mean, you could probably always have, gone to Omega and sold your junk. Or at least shaken your junk.
It's rough out there. I might need backup if you can spare the people.
I have strike teams specializing in assault and extraction. If you need serious firepower, my Apex teams have you covered. In fact, I could give you authority to dispatch them. It'll cut down their response time.
Thank you.
Our current ops are on the terminal. See if there's anything that could use a shot where it counts.
I just might do that. So what do?
You talk like you weren't part of the leadership. How did you end up commanding the militia?
I was escorting a prospecting team on some moon when those Ket found us. They penned us like cattle for experiments. I managed to get loose, snatched a gun, and freed the others. By the time we killed the bastards and headed back to warn the Nexus, everyone looked at me like I was in charge.
That sounds familiar.
The militia grew from there. Funny, once the heat is on, all kinds of people rise to the top.
Are the other Turians managing okay?
So-so. We're not good at sitting around in a crisis. Service before self gets drummed into us at boot camp. It's probably why so many of us are in the militia.
The camp
we like
for
to earn our
boots.
citizenship, whatever galaxy we're in. But it's hard to focus with our arc missing.
What brought you out here to Andromeda?
I was tired of being the good one.
The good one?
The Kandros family is old military. There were expectations, Then my sister became a sculptor and cousin Nyreen went pirate on Omega. Everyone was proud that I stayed in service. But I kept wondering, when do I get my adventure? Jen Garson's dream was so grand, so gutsy, I had to be part of it.
See, I didn't just make that up. That's Nyreen Kandros' cousin.
Bye, Kandros. Duty calls.
You and me both, Pathfinder.
So, let's take a look at the strike team mission stuff.
This console reports on the militia's current strike team missions, Pathfinder. Please speak with Tyrion Kandros for authorization to participate.
So now I'll do this
That's
again.
the console for our strike teams.
What are they?
Assault and extraction squads. When we need the best, I have Apex, combat experts who've signed up to defend us. Since you have a front row view of the cluster, I can give you authority to dispatch them.
I'll deploy your people carefully, Kandros.
Appreciate that, Ryder. But trust me, Apex can handle themselves. Authorization complete. Good luck out there.
Okay, so now I can lose my place. Now I can do this. So if I come in here, we're going to get this little thing about strike teams. Let me exit. Okay. So, this is where it's kind of interesting. Right now, there's no new missions available. I have actually already dispatched Team Bravo, which is a level 20 team. They were successful. I'm doing their debriefing now. So I got 5 mission funds, which is this up here, which you may have seen a little bit about when I was playing the multiplayer. And also gave me a credit loot box at silver level and material loot box at silver level. So I will accept that. And Team Golf, who's also level 20, is doing this gold level mission. There would normally be other missions here, and then I could go assign any of my strike teams. You do that again, because I want the tutorial stuff off the screen. So I've got 4 teams. I can recruit another one, but it seems to be really expensive the more teams you have. But you can also look at the team. So Bravo was actually my original team. If you take a look at them, they've got positive traits. Skirmisher, +5 to effectiveness. Nighttime Operator, 10 to effectiveness for nighttime missions. Because when you look at a mission, it'll have different characteristics. Remnant Specialist, you'll learn about the Remnant later. Hostage Rescue Specialist. But then they've also picked up negative traits. Night Blindness. Ket Hysteria. Poor Intelligence. Component Carelessness. So there's you get these missions and they have these different characteristics, and they could end up not having a very good opportunity. So I've actually already retired a couple of teams because I was tired of all the negatives. So I've been very careful with Alpha, who's finally picked up a negative trait, and Golf, who's only a couple of weeks old, but they've picked up a lot of positive traits. And you can also buy them equipment, which I've done in each of these cases. So these guys who also have well, they don't have too much of those negatives. That's right. The other team that had a lot of negatives, I got rid of. So I've given these guys some breaching charges 4. So in high risk, high reward missions, they're really, really good. Yeah. Yes, they do. And then there's also the rewards. Now you'll note that I have a lot of the loot boxes and the material boxes and the credit boxes in bronze, silver, and gold. And that is because, if you'll indulge me a moment, I actually run my teams a lot. Because you can get the Apex HQ app on your phone. And I think I touched on this before. So you can actually see the character that I have active in multiplayer. I don't know if you can read that or not, but you can see the stuff about that character and look at other characters that I have available and everything. But you can also look at the strike teams. So, a handful of times a day I log into this, see what missions they've completed, what missions are available to be completed, and I can send my teams. Now you see that orange triangle that's listed there, kind of where that spot is. That indicates that it's an Apex mission. It's right here. It's an Apex mission. So when this mission was available, I could have, instead of dispatching a team, I could have said I'm going to play that mission. I don't do gold level missions; they're too much of a pain in the ass. But see, that's kind of cool, and it all ties in together. So for these resources, I can actually go ahead and claim this. Now, it wasn't until a patch or two ago, and we're on the 7th patch now, that they actually put in this claim all rewards. So I used to have to, I'll just give you an example. Let me find a bronze one. You used to have to go to a box, click space, and it would come up with this, and then I could accept it again. And that's literally how fast I could do it. So when I have over 100 of these, it takes just for frickin' ever. And it maxes out at a total of 200, which I have hit in the past. Now, if I wanted to, I could log out of this game and go to one of my other save games and claim all this in the other game. But of course, I'm not going to do that. I've been saving these up for this character. So I'm going to click the claim all. Okay, it just takes a few seconds, and then if I come back out here, you'll see that over there on the, let's see, right above me, right there, all the stuff that I got. So there's a lot of credits there. Well, okay, it's not really a lot. There's a lot of entries of credits there. And then there's some research stuff that I'll use later, and there's some tech things I'll use later, like copper, magnesium. Those are ingredients for the crafting that goes on, which, I could really take or leave.
This is wrong. Just wrong.
I'm going to wait a few seconds for that to to go ahead and finish out there. Actually, what I'm going to do, I'm going to save game. There is no quick save button, which annoys the crap out of me. What is this, a console game?
What am I going to do?
Oh my god, I'm going to go talk to her so she'll shut up.
What am I going to do?
There. And there's weapons, too. Those would be the items. Ooh, Sidewinder pistol.
This is a nightmare.
Yes, yes, it's a nightmare. So is sneezing.
It's not right. It's not fair.
What's wrong?
Oh my, So it's true. A Pathfinder has found us. There's hope at last. Maybe you could help. You're impartial. This whole thing has gotten so political. My husband, he's locked up and slated for exile for a crime he didn't commit.
I'll do casual.
Exile, huh? Guess it wasn't for having a hand in the cookie jar.
They say it's murder. They're calling him the first murderer in Andromeda, but the dead man was his friend. He wouldn't have. There are witnesses and evidence, but it's all circumstantial. At worst, it was an accident. His name is Nilken Rensis. He could give you the details if you were willing to speak with him. Please.
There might not be time. Okay, I'll do it.
I'd be happy to.
Oh, thank you. I'm sure the jailer will allow you a visit. Please, tell Nilken I love him.
Please be advised that Hyperion docking procedures are now...
Yeah, let me at least go ahead and talk to that guy. He's over here in the jail. Conveniently, it's located right next to everything else. Ooh, arms merchant. I didn't realize I could shop here.
Weapons and stuff. I got you covered. Use the console to take a look through what I got. It'd be a lot easier if I weren't missing half my stock.
What's with these prices?
Ouch. Why am I paying for these?
Half the supplies are inaccessible, what with how we crash-landed and all. And I have to trade with the crooks out there for the rest, so...
Okay, and here you see the store screen. The inventory in this game kind of sucks. It's more akin to how Mass Effect 1 was. So these are the filters for the different items. This is what I have. This is what they offer. This filter is all. And then we go to weapons. And then you actually filter in by weapon types. Pistols, assault rifle, shotgun, sniper, melee, mods for the 4. So, for example, I'm not going to use that. Oh, Carnifex. Carnifex is good, but in this game, I've really come to love the Sidewinder. It's less damage. You can see 99 right here, 99 versus 190. But the rate of fire here is 100, and the rate of fire there is 380. Accuracy here is 45. Accuracy there is 57. So they're kind of approximate. They weigh the same. But this one carries more ammo too. So I like it. I'll go ahead and keep both for now. So I mark those for selling. Now I'll go back to assault rifles. So I've got a Valkyrie and a Valkyrie and a Valkyrie. And you'll note the colored background. So the gold is rare. And then this red stripe with the white border, that's ultra rare. No, ultra rare. I've used the Sandstorm before. I didn't really care for it. I'll get rid of these Valkyries. Go to shotguns. Crusader, Venom, Venom. Probably not even going to do shotguns with this character. I might. So I'll get rid of those and keep the Crusader. So you're already getting a sense for how much of a pain in the ass it is to do this. I could go to all and just start clicking everything, but at least with this I can sort through it a bit. A couple of incisors and an Indra. I'll keep the Indra for now. I won't forever, but for now. Melee. Ooh, I've got an Asari sword. I'm going to hang on to that because I'm going to actually want to use that. I hit the wrong button again. Pistol mods, so barrels. This just does a straight 9% damage, and you can put 2 mods in most things. Plus 37% to pistol clip size, so since the Sidewinder normally holds 6, this will make it hold 8. It's not really holding, it's just being more efficient with the heatsink that's in there. And a scope. So these are all nice. I'll hold on to all those. Assault rifle mod. And you'll also notice Roman numeral 1. Yes, those Roman numerals will go up. So again, this is much more like the original first game. Scope is good. Stock makes it more stable. Although I don't use a scope on an assault rifle all that often. Receiver is good because it gives you some penetration through objects up to almost a meter. And then magazine is good too because of the clip size. So I'll hang on to all that for now because I can hold 100 items. In the first, before the first or second patch, you could hold like 40. Shotgun barrel. 2 shotgun barrels, I don't need 2 of them. And spare clips. So this would be the ammo that you have that's not in the gun. So that's a nice thing to have. And sniper mods. Receivers are good, scopes are good, and spare thermal clip is also good. So I'll hold on to all of that. I'm going to go to armor. I haven't really picked anything up yet. And I'm not surprised because I'm still early in the game. I can go to consumables. You'll see the consumables later. And resources. So all those minerals and stuff that I just picked up, this is where they are. But you'll note on these pages that these are all grayed out because he doesn't actually have anything that he can sell me. So if I go ahead and confirm this right now, my 1,074 credits that I mostly got from all those Apex missions will go up by that much. Yeah, you know what's funny, Mr. Badmech? If I'd been in that situation, I'd have used a fork. Anyway, let's see if we can talk to this guy.
Help you?
Pathfinder Ryder, here to see Nilk and Rensis.
Ah, our murderer. Wife's here all the time. Guess she told you her sob story. Nilkan, you're moving up in the world. There's a Pathfinder wanted to chat with you.
A Pathfinder, huh? They called in the big guns to exile Andromeda's first murderer.
I'm not here to exile you. Told your wife I'd look into things.
At this point, it's too late. They found me guilty.
Why don't you tell me what happened?
I was part of the futile effort to set up a colony on Eos. We were on our last legs, overrun by hostiles, our leader dead. The security chief, Reynolds, my friend, he refused to call for evacuation. I argued with him. Everyone saw.
And then he ended up dead?
So when he was killed, people assumed you did it?
For good reason. He ordered us to regroup and counterattack. We were moving through a sandstorm. I saw movement, thought it was the Ket, and I guess I panicked and fired. A witness saw the chief's chest explode.
I hate when my chest explodes.
Sounds like an accident.
That's what I told them. But I was enraged when we argued. There's a recording. It's ugly. Everyone's certain I did it on purpose so we could evacuate. Only my word otherwise.
I'll check out the evidence. Maybe something doesn't add up.
It'd be nice to have someone with an open mind looking at it. You're a Pathfinder. I'm sure Kandros would give you access. Maybe there's still hope.
Okay, Mr. Badmech, I'll give you that. I mean, let's see if I go this way. Do you see over my shoulder right there, that black thing? That's a refrigerator. Back in the days before I started drinking mostly water, we had that at the old house upstairs like it is here, and full of drinks. So I could play my games, I could get up and walk just that far and get a Mountain Dew and sit back down and keep playing games. So I'll give you that. And then even when I moved to water, before I started using the water bottles, I was using the bottled water, the plastic bottles, because the house we were in last, the water was just god awful. You did not want to drink it. Yeah, it's a beer fridge, I guess, but I don't really drink beer. Okay, let me rephrase that. I do like Shock Top. It's the one beer I actively like. In fact, now it's got me thinking about going downstairs and grabbing one. But I won't. Operations. All these crates will be moved out later.
But the planet was toxic. What if they store oxygen in porous tissue, like Quiro's rockfish?
I still reckon they had breather gear stowed in that armor.
Perhaps both. Life is infinitely adaptable, as our expedition proves.
You're not proving nothing. Let's talk to this guy.
You must be the Pathfinder. Wonderful. You and your Sam are exactly what we need.
Thanks, Mr.
Professor Herrick. My colleagues and I will work with your Sam and the data you gather to solve Andromeda's scientific mysteries.
Professionals.
What fields do you study?
Herrick's into life sciences. I do planetary geology, oceanography, rocks and runoff. Aradana's the space and math whiz.
Not that we've had much to study, with everyone cooped up for 14 months.
But your data on the Scourge flows like poetry. Now we can better advise on repairing the damage it caused.
And maybe Addison will give us a real workspace. Who can think with all this racket?
Not me. Eventually I'll be able to come back and talk to these guys some more. Well, soon I'll be able to. Actually, I might be able to do it now. I don't know. I think it came up with an exclamation mark before.
Pathfinder, we've had some trouble.
Anything I can help with?
Perhaps. I discharged an away team to get readings from a section of the Scourge that was behaving anomalously. They haven't reported in for some time, and sensors can't locate their shuttle. I sent them out there. Good, dedicated people. I fear what might have happened to them.
Stay focused.
Your work is important. Don't lose sight of that. When I'm out there, I'll see if I can find them.
Their friends and family will want to know what's happened. And I need to know.
Oh, look. Another quest. Okay, Chief, what do you got for me?
Hi, Pathfinder. You want to hit some rocks for science?
I want to bang rocks together.
Absolutely. What do you need?
Sam and I used your scans and made a VI for geophysics surveys. Beta builds on the console there. Test it out in the field, and I'll wrangle you a consultant's bonus from Director Addison. How's that sound?
Okay. The console is sparking. Geophysics VI. Beta build. Didn't really mean to activate that one. Now let me talk to Herrick.
Pathfinder, those bioscans are superb. Could you gather more for our comparative conservation effort?
What bioscans? I haven't scanned anything yet.
What conservation effort?
Ah, my thesis is on the console there. Broad strokes, we're comparing and preserving organisms from both galaxies. If you donate more bioscans and samples to the catalog, I can get you a finder's fee. Tempted?
Okay, I've looked at both of those. Now let's go back over here and look at the, let's see, was it additional tasks? Yeah, getting to know the Nexus. So I still have to talk with Tan. And then, this is also talk with Tan. That's why I saved him for last. So, this is also, this is another minor gripe I have with the game about all the missions you get, all the quests and stuff you get. You get a huge amount of them, and they're just, there's no easy way to access them. Because you have to know where you picked up the mission, not where you had to go for the mission. Because later on that's going to be important. You're going to go to a planet and they're going to have a mission for you, and it's going to be on this other planet, and you go get that one, and you go get that one, and then you grab this guy by the head. So you have to know where you were when you picked it up, which is a pain. So here's the thing about that. Oh, gotta talk with Kandros next about that. Okay. And then the additional tasks would also be the hitting rocks and the missing scientists and the alien conversation. Or conservation, if you prefer. Okay. We'll talk to Kandros about the murder.
No news on the Turian Ark yet? Or is this militia business?
I spoke with Nilken Rensis, the man found guilty of the murder on Eos.
Yes, our first murder here in Andromeda. I wish it had been our last. When the colony attempts failed, it didn't help spirits that a high-ranking officer was killed by one of our own. The mutiny here on Nexus was probably inevitable, but this acted as a spark.
And he was guilty.
So there was a trial, and he was found guilty.
It was short and decisive. Despite the lack of physical evidence, everything added up. His only defense was, trust me, I didn't mean to do it.
That is the difference between murder and accidental death.
Yeah.
In this case, motive plus opportunity plus eyewitness account equals murder. Look, knock yourself out. A key witness, Cassidy Shaw, works in operations. Go ahead and talk to her. And there's a recording of the perpetrator threatening the victim. I'll let you cue it up on the console there. As far as I'm concerned, this case is closed.
Bye, Kandros. Duty calls.
You and me both, Pathfinder.
Okay, so somebody... As long as we're standing here, let's go ahead and do that. Let's see. It's an assignment, and it's that. And now that'll show up on my thing. There's the one. And the other one must be... that way. And there's going to be a lot of back and forth and back and forth. There's an enormous amount of side quests and stuff.
All right, moving on.
Okay, Shaw. Come on, come on. Oh, see, I wasn't in front of her. I was to the side, so I couldn't actually talk to her.
Cassidy Shaw? I'm Ryder. I'm looking into the Nilken murder case.
Oh man, I thought that was over with. Have you heard the audio recording of their fight?
Not yet.
Well, it's telling. I helped pull him off Chief Reynolds. You could see it in his eyes. He was gonna kill him. Then in the sandstorm, I had a pretty clear view of the Chief. He looked right at Nilken and shouted no. Then his chest burst open. I'll never forget it. The look on his face was pure shock.
Sends a bark. Why is my screen flickering? Let's see. Oh, it's a legit thing too, because it showed up actually in the stream. So, why was the Chief shocked?
If they'd fought and Nilken threatened to kill him, why was Reynolds surprised?
Fronts fight, say things they don't mean, maybe even hurt each other. But you don't expect your best friend to shoot you. To me, that's the saddest part. The Chief's heart was broken right before it exploded.
Was there regret?
Did Nilken seem remorseful?
I lost sight of Nilken in the turmoil. When we found him, he seemed in shock. He couldn't speak. He looked nauseated. Could have been guilt. The reality of the act sinking in.
Was there Ket there?
Did you see any Ket in the vicinity?
Nilken said so, but not that I could see. Still, the sandstorm was severe. Visibility wasn't great.
Reynolds was leading you back to retake the compound. Did you agree with that?
It wasn't my place to agree or disagree. He was ranking officer. In retrospect, it is ironic. If he hadn't been killed, we all probably would have died.
I appreciate the information.
I should go.
Of course. It kills me we had to leave him behind. He deserved a proper funeral.
So the body was never examined? Important piece of a murder investigation.
Tian wouldn't allow a mission to go back for him. Said it was too dangerous.
Okay, now go play the recording. It's a little slow and chunky right now. Just in case it's thinking about crashing, let me go ahead and save that. Yeah, this is amazingly slow. Is it dropping anything? Okay, it's not dropping anything. It's using an awful lot of CPU right now, though. Let's listen to this.
The Nexus versus colonist Nilkin, evidence 7A. Hiram! Hiram! They've seized the compound! Call for evacuation!
We're not giving up, Nilkin. We're taking it back.
No! I'm not letting your ego get us killed! Even if I have to...
No! Get him off me! Get him off me!
Hardly this damning testimony or evidence or whatever. Yeah, this is still a little jerky. I don't know what's going on there.
This is the planet where we landed. Habitat 7. It wasn't even close to livable.
That's been true of every world we found. Ryder, we were discussing your next expedition.
We'll do casual.
Good. I was starting to wonder who was in charge around here.
Director Addison is entitled to her opinion, and mine overrules hers.
Does she know that?
I oversee the entire initiative, and I have decided to give you a chance to prove yourself. To that end, the Scourge dealt us a serious blow. Whatever it is, our scientists theorize it's not natural.
You don't say.
An artificial energy cloud?
It wasn't here when we left the Milky Way, yet it rendered all the golden worlds unlivable. Then there's the aliens you ran into, the Ket. They're obsessed with alien structures we found scattered around the cluster. They'll do anything to prevent others from accessing them. It seems murder isn't exclusive to the Milky Way. And now the challenge is to settle a world in spite of all that. This one here. Eos.
How?
You need to increase the viability of the planet so we can establish an outpost. Then we can bring more colonists out of stasis. The more colonists we have, the more resources we can gather to support the Nexus. Everything depends on it. There are 6 worlds we hope to settle.
Okay, but you said every planet you found is unlivable, so how do I...
A good Pathfinder would relish the challenge of solving it.
Right. I think I should go check on things.
Cora should go.
And if I fail, I guess it's no sweat off your back, right? You'll just look for another Pathfinder?
Placing bets on people is part of my job. Some of them pay off. Others...
Don't play games with me.
The way I see it, you need me. If I pull this off, maybe you'll look like the leader you pretend to be.
But first, you have to succeed at being the Pathfinder you pretend to be.
Where's my ship?
They're prepping it now in the docking bay. The coordinates for Eos will be in the computer. And when you have a moment, we should discuss the missing arcs.
I was wondering about that.
Something wrong?
No, just a brain fart.
Please see me in Sam node on the Hyperion. Your implant needs attention, and we need to discuss a confidential matter.
No. I'm fine.
I'm fine. I'm just leveling up. So got a couple of other things to talk to him about, so let's go ahead and do that.
Ryder, you may have a less than flattering view of me, but I want to express my condolences for your father.
I appreciate it.
I didn't know him very well, although I understand he played a key role in planning the initiative. I'm sure he'd be concerned that we still have several arcs missing.
I'll find him.
They're as much a part of the initiative as the human arc. We'll find them.
We have to. Tens of thousands of colonists are unaccounted for. It paints the initiative in an unflattering light.
Ah, that's what you're worried about.
Business?
Yeah, let's talk about Nilkin.
I'm looking into the Nilkin-Rensis murder charge.
And?
I want to go to Eos and retrieve Chief Reynolds' body.
That isn't usually Pathfinder business.
First murder in Andromeda, and I'm impartial. Figured you'd want to get it right.
Settling an outpost comes first. But I suppose I have no objections. Physical evidence will only bolster the case.
The more certain we can be, the better.
All right, but let's keep it quiet. I don't want people thinking we're reopening the case. I hope anything you find reaffirms what's been done, but if it sheds a different light, we'll deal with it. We'll send the coordinates of the murder scene. Good luck.
Now we have more things we can talk about.
Any more information you can give me on the missing arcs?
No, and that is the distressing part. The Asari, Turian, and Solarian arcs are completely unaccounted for. If they had the same problems with the Scourge that we did, I fear the worst. Should you find any clues, please investigate. Without the other arcs, the promise of the initiative can never be fulfilled.
You know, Josh, I've been thinking about that game of Pulsar all day. I want to get back and play it some more.
Are there any other arcs we should expect?
We had hoped Quarians would be part of the first wave, but before departure in 2185, we got word they had technical problems with their ship. It seems they're also bringing along Drell, Hanar, and other species as well. Managing all of their biological needs caused complications. We won't see them for some time to come.
You know, I don't think I actually hit that in my first playthrough. I'm going to play that again.
Any more information you can give me on the missing arcs?
No, and that is the distressing part. The Asari, Turian, and Solarian arcs are completely unaccounted for. If they had the same problems with the Scourge that we did, I fear the worst. Should you find any clues, please investigate. Without the other arcs, the promise of the initiative can never be fulfilled.
Are there any other arcs we should expect?
We had hoped Quarians would be part of the first wave, but before departure in 2185, we got word they had technical problems with their ship. It seems they're also bringing along Drell, Hanar, and other species as well. Managing all of their biological needs caused complications. We won't see them for some time to come.
Let's go for planet viability. Yeah, it was that the stuff about a Quarian arc that I had never heard before.
What do I need to consider in making a planet viable?
Assuming the planet supports life, an outpost is critical. People like a roof over their heads, and you'll want to eliminate any hostile threats. Whether that's the Cat or other terrors lurking in Helios, colonists being murdered on sight can be discouraging. Also, scouting and mapping terrain is a priority for any Pathfinder. And don't forget forward stations. You'll want those.
What can you tell me about forward stations?
I was afraid you'd ask. It's mostly what the engineers tell me. A forward station allows mining, equipment repairs, and resupply for field teams. I mean, who wouldn't want that?
I want that.
Seeing as how every colonization effort has failed, it's just theory at the moment. You get to test it out, Ryder.
Great! What about your role?
As director of the initiative, are you in charge around here, or what?
If the others would allow me, they don't see me as the rightful successor.
So how does anything get done?
In theory, Kesh handles the Nexus's physical operations, Kandros runs the militia, and Addison manages colonial affairs. I oversee all of it. In practice, we argue, debate, and yell at each other until a decision is made. If we're lucky. It is maddening.
What's their problem with you?
I am not Gian Garson. Our founder was charismatic, eccentric, larger than life. Traits I cannot hope to mimic. She and her inner circle perished in the Scourge, some at the hands of the Exiles, some never made it out of stasis. I was deputy assistant for revenue management. Then all 7 leaders above me died. I was next in line for the role.
Revenue management.
So, you're an accountant?
Don't let that fool you. We are all capable of more than we know. When I was young, I was fascinated by the idea of exploring space. Life had its detours, and I went a different direction. Then I heard about the initiative, and saw my chance to try the path not taken. While I may not be setting foot on New Worlds, my authority can ensure that you do.
Right. Sorry.
Let's see, a little bit more here.
What more can you tell me about the initiative?
It represents the greatest migration ever attempted. No one had ventured beyond the Milky Way before. We've all left home in search of freedom, fortune, perhaps a new beginning. We are the bravest souls each species has to offer. I hope the Nexus will serve as the seat of government for us all.
It looks like a melting pot around here.
The Nexus is home to several initiative species. Many came ahead of the Arks. The hope is that this station will one day serve as the governing body in Andromeda. Though I'm not sure what they were thinking, lumping Krogan into the mix. As a Solarian, my kind tend to have a low opinion of them. Nothing I've seen here has changed that.
Racist.
Why don't you like the Krogan?
It's common knowledge that they are a violent, ignorant species. Long ago, they waged nuclear war on one another. Their planet was decimated. My people tried to uplift them, but the Krogan could never tame their worst instincts. What if they bring their tempers to Andromeda? We'll all be dead.
Sounds like the Nexus has had a rough time of it.
Publicly, I would say we're more than up for the challenge. Privately, I can tell you, it's been a disaster. The Scourge killed hundreds, many of them our senior leadership. Even the founder of the initiative, Gian Garson, is dead.
So you've already said.
We came across alien technology on Habitat 7. It seemed to affect the weather. Your people know anything about that?
There have been reports. Failed scouting missions have mentioned advanced structures of unknown design. Whatever they are, they defy explanation. But with our resources stretched so tight, no one has had a chance to study them. And what if the answer was bad for morale? Suppose these things turn people into food. All we know is the Cat are interested in them. I'd rather not stir things up.
The artifacts are Soylent Green.
That's all. Thanks for your time.
Of course, as you pointed out, we need each other. Our futures depend on each other's success.
Okay, get that all done.
Technicians, please report to the Hyperion Coupling Annex.
Looks fine so far.
Okay. So this panel just exploded.
Hey, you okay?
I'm fine. My arms got the brunt of it.
Stuff exploding like this happen often?
Back right after the mutiny, we had a lot of this happening. But not lately.
I wasn't there during the mutiny.
Lucky. I thought we were done with this, honestly. That maybe I was just being paranoid.
You know what they say. It's not paranoia.
If someone is out to get you, yeah. Third time this week. It's getting worse. First one was small stuff. This one could have hurt bad if I'd been closer.
That's not good. Sorry. Understatement.
Yeah. And now I have more repairs.
Did you talk to security about this?
How can I? For all I know, someone in security is the one doing this. I've scanned all the potential sabotage
got a
areas
point.
I can think of. But I don't know who to trust anymore.
Sounds like a lot went down before the Hyperion docked.
Yeah, I guess. Wait. That's it. You can't possibly be involved in this. You weren't even here during the mutiny. Would you, if you have time? Maybe you could help me. If they start hitting critical systems.
Sure thing. What can I do?
If you could scan these other panels while I fix this one, that'd really help. I've sent the locations to your Omnitor.
Yeah.
Just send me the data when you're
If
done.
you could scan these panels this weekend, that'd be great.
And I don't know. It just blew up.
Find out why. Be careful.
So, as long as I'm here, let's see. Multiple panels. Okay, let's go scan this one. You can see from the thing up there that I'm getting close. That must be what they want me to scan.
Pathfinder, to cover their tracks, the saboteur is overloading power to this panel from another junction relay. You can scan and trace the connective wiring to locate the surrogate panel.
It goes up there and over there. And up there. Okay, it's upstairs. Get up those stairs. That must be it.
Scanning power junction relays. This panel is malfunctioning. Without more data, I cannot determine if this is a normal malfunction or sabotage.
Or an
I'll just disable power to the panel until Raj can check it out.
Okay, so that's one panel down. There's another one down here.
Scan and trace the wiring to locate the panel that the saboteur used.
So that's wiring, is it? Looks like a yellow tube to me. There we go.
Scanning. This panel has been tampered with.
Send the data to Raj.
Yes, Pathfinder.
Now we get one more.
Please be advised that Hyperion docking procedures are now complete.
Notice the handoff there. Too small for lizards.
You'd be surprised. There's also Purvine in the seed bank.
Nobody's making Creeper in Andromeda.
You'd be surprised.
Engineering update. We are working on accessing more...
Ah, there it is. It wasn't sparking.
Pathfinder, I received the data from Sam. It really is sabotage.
Any idea as to who it might be?
Yeah. All these panels were worked on by Zara. I just can't believe it.
Security video logs confirm that Zara Kellis worked on these panels, as well as the one Raj Patil encountered.
Well, shit. Any idea where she is now?
Kellis is currently working on a panel on the Hyperion main deck.
Officers carrying out a precautionary controlled explosion in Cathedral Garden confirmed it was abandoned clothing, not a suspicious item. So, are they walking back on the casualty claims, or is that something that they did additionally? There was an explosion and now they're being cautious about other things.
All personnel, be aware of any suspicious activity. Security is on heightened alert.
So I need to go back to the Hyperion to talk to Sam anyway. But this suspect is on the Hyperion as well, so that's in addition. Okay. So somebody accidentally forgot a container with clothing in it, and now they'll have to be all naked. Because they have no more clothing. Okay, this person I need to talk to is over here. Right there.
Zara Kellis?
Yes?
I have evidence you've been sabotaging the Nexus.
What? No, I'd never... I've been looking into this myself. I have the scans to prove it. Here. I'll transfer the scans I took to your Omni tool.
Funny. Raj was investigating the same thing, and it led us to you.
My scans point at Raj as the one. So unless someone was setting us both up, I just don't understand.
The data Miss Kellis has accumulated is strangely similar to Mr. Patil's. A third party seems likely.
You've been set up.
Looks like someone is using both you and Raj to cover their tracks.
They'd need pretty high-level access for that. Still, it's better than thinking Raj could have done this. But it means all the data I have is useless. Wish I had access to the security cams. I bet we could find something there.
You stay put, so whoever did this doesn't realize we're onto them. I'll check out the security cams. Raj, you there?
Yes. How did it go? Is it really her?
Wasn't her. She had proof pointing at you. I figure someone's been messing with you both. Just keep a low profile and don't talk to anyone. I'm on it.
And so now, I need to go back there for the next thing. And this is the way a lot of these missions are going to be. Go over here, now go over there, now go over here, now go over there. So for continuity's sake, I'm going to continue doing this one instead of going to talk to Sam in Sam Node. I'll go back and talk to Sam after this. If it ever gets done. I've never had to do this before. This is new. Let me guess, it crashed? This is not giving me warm fuzzies. Well, the nice thing is it seems to be that... Oh, you know, I never turned that light on. It seems to be that every time I go to hop over somewhere else, it doesn't auto-save. Yep, okay, I'm calling this one. We'll just close the window, wait for a second, and then restart. So, you guys already heard me mention to RJ Cody the enjoyment of playing Pulsar. We played a lot of Pulsar this weekend. We did that some on Friday and several hours on Saturday and some yesterday too. Turns out I really like being the engineer in that game. I'm sure that at some point I'll want to try some of the other roles, but for now, engineer's pretty fun. Is this thing ever going to start up? No, it's not ever going to start up. I've already clicked the button. It should be playing. Great, let me guess, there's some background task that's running, right? Yeah, it says it's still running. Let me end that. Okay. So why is the play not highlighted? Why isn't it letting me pick that? There it is. Okay. I guess it was doing some kind of cleanup. Okay, here it comes. So yeah, as we saw last night when we were trying to take on a really nasty boss, we really need a fifth person. So, you know, he and his couple of friends and me. I'm so used to clicking multiplayer, it's hard not to. Let's just go ahead and click resume and see what it comes up with. Hopefully it won't take as long to start up as it did earlier. There we go. Where am I in the mission? Okay, so I need to go talk to Sarah, what's her face? It's the front part of her head, but that's not important right now. Yeah, and when we played on Saturday, we even got Cheeks to come along and play for a little bit. That was kind of nice. Ugh. Now the slight jerkiness seems to have gone away. So okay,
Sorry,
we've already gone
Yes?
through this.
The data Miss Callis has accumulated is strangely similar to Mr. Patton.
Yeah.
Raj, you there?
Yes.
Her face appeared through my
How
head.
did it go? Is it really her?
Wasn't her. She had proof pointing at you. I figure someone's been messing with you both. Just keep a low profile and don't talk to anyone. I'm on it.
Restricted access to SAM node has now been lifted.
I tried to see if I could get the wife to play Pulsar with us, and she seemed kind of vaguely interested in the idea. So I had her sit down next to me, and I showed her a little bit about what life was like in the game. And it turns out it ended up not really being the kind of thing that seemed to interest her much. So, yeah, I guess she won't be playing.
Engineering reports. Hyperion power draw is now at 100%.
Okay, let's check this security footage. Well, it would certainly be nice. Security footage 1.
This file is useless. Let's check another. And another scrambled file.
Coincidence seems unlikely.
Let's check another.
So, which position do you like to play, Mr. Badback?
This file is also corrupted. Definitely not a coincidence. You'd need pretty high clearance to mess with the security camera files. Somebody working for Kandros, maybe.
That is the most probable scenario.
Think you can get enough out of the files to find a match using biometric scans, Sam?
The files were badly scrambled, but if I combine all the available identifiers, it might work. Based on the limited information available, we are looking for a human male, assigned either to the Nexus or Hyperion. You will need to conduct scans from close proximity.
Got it.
So there's, a lot of flavor text here. You can sit there and read all this stuff when you're playing. Oh, you're the weapons guy. Perfect, because that's exactly what we needed last night. Those guys were keeping me hopping in engineering. Let's see, these guys ready to talk to me yet?
Start building a bank of vaccines once we get more biomaterial.
I guess not.
You're in the forest? What district?
Okay, I can go scan that guy.
Inaccurate match.
It's not him.
Inaccurate match.
Not him. So now scan security people transfer to the Hyperion. Habitation deck. You know it. You know it, Mr. Badmek. At one point when he was down on a planet yesterday, and since those guys are so used to it, they're, we get to a planet, poof, they're gone, and I'm saying, wait, what? And they're all down the planet running around doing stuff, and I have no idea what's even going on. A lot of times I just stay on the ship. So one of those times he was out there, I shot the crap out of his console. He came back up there a little while later, he's like, hey, who shot up my console?
This person is not a match.
I have no idea. And it was funny, too, because Alpha has this habit of just going and turning off the internal lights, the interior lights. So I started countering that tendency by turning off the oxygen. This is the guy.
Scan results show a partial positive. Target is most likely suspect.
Who is he?
Dale Atkins reports to Kandros' department, assigned to station security.
Dale Atkins, right? We need to talk.
Look, not to be rude, but I have work to do.
Is that what you call it?
Is that what sabotage is called these days? Work?
You're pretty arrogant for the new kid. You don't even know what's been going on.
Proof says you've been up to no good.
Figures. Screw this. Screw all you hypocrites on this station. You weren't here when they kicked out our loved ones. Mutiny? We just wanted answers. My sister is out there. I don't even know if she's alive or...
Hose off.
Whatever happened back then, hurting people now makes no sense.
What do you know? I don't care what you think. The mutiny leaders were right to demand to know what was going on.
You could have hurt people. Killed them.
Like those who got killed when the leadership had the Krogan stomp on my friends? I'm done talking. I confess, it was me. Do whatever you want.
That's not up
Not
to
my
me.
call. The Nexus leaders will make that decision.
That lot make a decision? That'll be the day.
Wait, you don't get to walk away? Ooh, 73 Andromeda viability points. Now we've taken him out, we've got 73 more points, making the entire galaxy more viable. Okay, we're back over here, so... Let's see, it wasn't that... that's not what I was looking for. There, speak with Sam. And we go over here. And through here. Oh, can't save.
Hello, Ryder. Welcome back to Sam Node. I've adjusted my connection to your implant. The headache you experienced before shouldn't reoccur.
Yeah, what was that about? You said we need to discuss something confidential?
You should know certain facts before you leave on your expedition. It seemed best we speak alone.
Why's that?
I don't understand the need for secrecy.
Your father felt it was for the best.
What was he trying to hide?
My true capabilities. Alec overrode the implant's safety protocols. It allows me unrestricted access to the Pathfinder's physiology.
And that's... me, now.
And only you. I can act as a force multiplier, dramatically enhancing your motor and neural skills when required. Alec called them profiles. They provide unique tactical augmentation during combat. Your father preferred to keep this fact to himself.
It could scare people.
I can understand. People might get the wrong idea. Super soldiers. A computer having control over a human.
Providing an enhancement to the human. It is a symbiotic relationship that benefits both.
What do you get out of it?
Though I'm artificial in design, I am fully sentient. Far beyond what even the Initiative understands.
I don't follow. You're an AI, so what's different?
I am a new form of AI, drawing directly from the human experience. Your implant is my window into the world.
That's kind of a wow, but I'm going to stick with the logical.
How do human experiences affect a computer?
This was a question your father often pondered. I am intended to be the answer.
Sounds like we both are. What does this mean for us?
I find myself in an unusual position. Though I had access to your father's experiences, there is a gap in my understanding.
How so?
He placed a block on portions of my memory array.
Why?
Perhaps so when you asked me what his plan was, I wouldn't know.
And Dad strikes again.
But not without recourse. The further you explore as a Pathfinder, the more blocks will be removed. Perhaps you should begin in your father's quarters. In the meantime, unless you have more questions, your new ship awaits.
Thanks.
And that's something that will come up time and time again. So now we actually have the profiles active. So adept is the only one we can even remotely do stuff with because we put some points into that. So you can see that by selecting the profile, it's going to give us these particular bonuses. Now, once I've invested 24 skill points into the various sets of adept skills, then I get up to rank 2, and so on and so forth. So, in my first playthrough, I was really focusing on soldier, and I needed to get almost all of the pips on all of the skills before I had enough for the max profile rank, which was 6. It was, I don't remember, it was well over 100 points invested. So force and area of effect and damage and radius for area of effect, and duration and combo radius. So that's now selected, and I can exit that. As long as I'm here, though, I might as well do skills. I've got 3 whole new points. My pole and my throw and my lance. So let's look at biotics. Having some other passives would be good, but so actually would increasing these. So I got to get to 24 before I can get another level on that stuff. Let's see, what do we get out of offensive biotics? Increased damage and speed. That's kind of nice. And containment. A little bit of that stuff. Barrier's always good. I've only got 3 points, so I think what I'm going to do is go ahead and spend 1 point there, and then 2 in something. Well, I can get recharge speed. And just like that, I've got 7 points invested. Geez, guys, at some point I'm going to have to go out there and see what it is he actually said that's leading to all this ripping. Just out of curiosity. Oh, that thing on the shoulder? That's the profile being active. Okay, now let's go check out Dad's quarters, where there will be lots of things to look at and listen to.
Pathfinder, Captain Dunn said to seal your father's cabin from anyone but you. It's open now.
So I see. Oh, Dad has a gun. Dad has a lot of guns.
Your father's first sidearm, a memento of his early Alliance service.
I bet that saw plenty of action.
Alec's first kill occurred in combat during the First Contact War.
Back when Turians were the enemy. Crazy times.
Excuse me while I spill water all over myself. SSV Normandy SR2. Little ship model. Oh, Dad had books.
Printed books?
Reproductions of Lewis and Clark's journals, detailing their expedition in the 19th century.
Explains Dad's interest. They were Pathfinders too.
So there's a glowy thing there. A memory trigger. We're going to see about 20 of those over the course of the game.
Sam? What was that?
An eidetic trigger, related to your father, and the portions of my memory array he locked.
What triggered it?
Alec tied it to your progression as Pathfinder, not to a location. Puzzling as it may be, my programming is clear. Locating more of these triggers will unlock the memories. One of your father's memories is now accessible. Return to Sam Node on the Hyperion to investigate further.
That's, it's pretty freaking insensitive at the very least. That's the best thing I could say about it. Coffee machine.
The coffee machine Mom got for Dad. He was so busy designing you. Needed the caffeine.
I did not realize I owed my existence to a bean.
And now you know what humility feels like.
That's a good one. I like that one.
What's on here, Sam?
Your father's personal logs. Several of them are encrypted.
General, we have encrypted logs 1, 2, 3, and 4, and it's going to take us most of the game to actually get each of these 4 decrypted. So they're going to be there for a long, long time. Milky Way departure.
The day is finally here. We're pushing off from Earth. We'll jump through a few relays first, then we hunker down for the long trip across dark space. It's daunting thinking about all the hopes and dreams aboard the Hyperion. I certainly have my own. I wasn't the husband or father I should have been. Here's hoping 600 years can change a man.
Yeah, because that sounds sincere. A sorry archaeologist. I wonder who he could actually be referring to.
Sam, this is a reminder about Dr. Liara Tassoni. She's an Asari archaeologist I corresponded with a few years back. She's got experience studying ancient cultures. Make sure the team gets her research. Could be useful in Andromeda.
Liara Tassoni, huh? She studied the Protheans. When my team used to dig up artifacts, we'd debate her work. She had some pretty controversial theories, as I recall. Never gained much traction.
I have loaded Dr. Tassoni's research onto datapads.
Okay, let's see what she had to say.
Hello, Alec. This is Dr. Tassoni. I'm flattered you contacted me. Most scientists dismiss my work, but I'm young and Asari, and they are getting older. So we will see who has the final word. In the meantime, I'm happy to pass along my research. I hope your team finds it useful.
Yeah, you know what's funny, Brock Pants, is on Twitter, where I'm relatively anonymous because I use this pseudonym, I don't usually step into the political stuff all that much. I do it much more on my Facebook, where I'm not anonymous. I guess it just goes to show how serious I am when I do finally say something.
Hello, Alec. I received your message. I must say the thought of exploring another galaxy has my head spinning. I am honestly not sure how people could survive a trip like that. And anyway, I could not bear to leave the Milky Way behind. There is so much about the Protheans I still hope to learn here. So much potential wisdom to tap. I wish you much good luck and future success.
So I really do like the fact that they brought Allie Hillis back for reprising that role.
Dunn's agreed to a scouting mission on Habitat 7. I'm gearing up now. I'm worried about Scott. Dr. Tapero says he'll be fine, but he's my son. How can I not worry? I hate to leave him like this. It's these moments when you wish you told your children you love them more often. Or ever. Which brings me to the tough part. Kids, if anything happens to me, there are things you're gonna find out. I hope you'll understand.
So, I can't actually look at these.
That log is not currently accessible. Unlocking my memory array may enable it.
So, there's going to be some little excerpts around the room.
I am Dr. Liara Tassoni, and I've spent several decades researching ancient Protheans. It is common knowledge that the Protheans were an advanced race that flourished in the Milky Way about 50,000 years ago, then went extinct. Even at the time of this writing, the year 2182, their culture remains a mystery. During my studies, I have developed some practices that can be used when analyzing any ancient culture. I hope they may prove useful for the research community.
2182, so that particular excerpt was from around the time of Mass Effect 1.
When studying a dead race, the most obvious problem is the lack of an observable population. This raises the question, when is a species truly extinct? The Prothean civilization spanned the galaxy, and it took centuries to confirm that all members of the species really had died out. While it's possible that living Protheans may be found in a hidden pocket of the galaxy one day, the chances are statistically trivial. Once an extinction is confirmed, the study's nature moves from sociology to exoarchaeology.
Let's see. Yeah, there's still more audio.
When studying an extinct race, it is important that our preconceptions and current knowledge not color the facts. We must look to the evidence itself. The Protheans constructed the Citadel and an incredible network of mass effect relays. This speaks to a culture of the highest order. Such a monumental achievement surely must come from an enlightened race that was in harmony with its people, free of conflict and strife. Without the ability to study a living example, however, this can never be determined with 100% accuracy.
Oh, it was just a purple butt. They're rock pants. So there's the audio excerpts. Look at this. It's been 2 hours and I haven't even actually done anything. Now this game is much more about exploring than previous iterations. It's more about exploring and less about story. Ooh, a container. What does it contain? Some credits and an assault rifle receiver. Yeah. So let's see. Go to the cryo bay and check on Scott. Then I'm going to head back to the Nexus. Wow, there's a view of the Scourge for you. Looks like it sucks.
I'll make it right, Dash. I promise.
What's going on here?
Pathfinder, I'm Nigel McCoy. Just got out of cryo.
Welcome to Andromeda, Nigel.
Thank you. It's bittersweet, though. My little brother Dash was stationed on the Nexus. I just learned he died on Eos, trying to start a settlement.
His sacrifice won't be forgotten.
Agreed. Everything I do will be for him. I have a pendant our father wore. Dash had its match. Will you reunite them?
Of course.
In his digital journal, he mentioned a spot on Eos where he'd go to think. If you could leave the pendant there.
Okay, I'm sure that's worth my time as a Pathfinder. Hey Fisher, how's the head?
Fisher, glad to see you're doing better.
That was some expedition, hey? The captain said I'm going in the log as the first human to make contact with the Ket. And Kirkland's the first casualty. Wish it could have gone differently.
Wasn't your fault. It's obvious the Ket aren't friendly. Nothing we did could have changed that.
I suppose you're right. It's just not what you dream about. Meet a new species and 3 seconds later they're trying to kill you.
I hear you, but I guess that's life. Not everyone will see things our way. In the meantime, chin up. It'll get better.
In the meantime, I want you to do some chin-ups. Wait, what? Check with the doc.
Ryder, good to see you. Damn shame about your dad, though. I'm sorry we couldn't save him.
I haven't heard how he died.
Like a hero. That's how. That's the only part that matters. I've met one Pathfinder, well, 2 with you. But I figure that's the way to go. Taking your last breath on an uncharted world.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Now I just need to make sure your brother here pulls through.
So how is he?
How's Scott doing?
His condition's stable. I see signs of REM activity in the brain, so he's dreaming. Means all the wiring still works.
How did this happen?
It was dumb luck, really. We hit the Scourge at the worst possible moment, just as the stasis revival was kicking in. It's a vulnerable moment coming out of a 600-year nap, then wham! The circuits fried and overloaded the neural pathways. Don't worry, I'm on it. We're not losing another writer.
No slight Dr. Bashir vibe from the Doctor? Yeah, appearance-wise, but see, for me, since it's the same voice actor that did Primarch Victus, that's all I hear. I keep expecting him to be a Turian.
Are you staying here in the Hyperion?
You know that moment when you realize you're just getting too old? Ha, right, look who I'm talking to. Trust me, it happens. For me, it was Habitat 7. Watching you guys running around, dodging lightning and the cat, it's a young man's game. Pains me to admit it, but it's passed me by.
Well, we'll miss you.
We'll miss you, Harry.
Just make sure to raise some hell once in a while, will you? I'm living vicariously through you.
Deal. How did you end up with the initiative?
Well, you reach a point in life where you wonder, is that all there is? I'd accomplished everything in the Milky Way I could. I was locked into a future of diminishing returns. So coming here was the world's biggest midlife crisis. A chance to wake up in the morning and feel hope instead of arthritis.
Oh, okay. I see. Yeah, I could see that.
That's all, Harry. Thanks.
Don't be a stranger. If anything changes with Scott, I'll let you know.
Yeah, that would be wise. Then I won't have to shoot you.
Ryder.
Hayes, how's the wound?
Doc says I'll live. So this goes from a life-threatening gunshot to a story I'll tell my grandkids someday.
With no need to exaggerate, that was a tough fight on Habitat 7.
Just glad to be on the other side of it.
Hey, new guy.
Greer, how you feeling?
Grateful. You and Leon
Oh, not
found
new.
me in that
That's
cave.
right.
God knows what those aliens would have done.
We couldn't leave a man behind.
Yeah, your father, Kirkland.
I know, it's rough. Being on the Pathfinder team is turning out to be a dangerous business.
More than I ever thought. I'm sorry I'm not out there with you, but Kirkland was a friend, and I'm not cut out for this anymore.
Understood. Habitat 7 was a nasty wake-up call. You take care, Greer.
You too. Thanks again.
Okay, so being relatively close to the end of stream, let's go ahead and get our scout ship and poke around that for a few minutes and call it a night. It'll be a good cinematic way to end.
Ready to see what Tan gave us?
I hear it's something special. Pathfinder en route. How's the ship?
In final checks, looking great.
We won't be long. The way things are going, we'll be on our own out there.
In other words, we're making this up as we go.
We used to call that tactical improvisation. But at least we'll be doing it in style.
Got that right. Tempest will never be Normandy, but it's a nice ship.
Tempest.
Let's go take a closer look.
Let's pick it up a bit, people. We're 14 months late.
So you're the one who's making everything happen. Vetra. Vetra Nix. Initiative Wrangler, Provisioner, Gunner, and everything in between. Are we ready? The sooner we get out of here, the better.
You're coming with us?
Yes. Otherwise, there's no way they're letting this ship off the station.
Why is that?
What's the rush?
Just don't want to waste any more time.
Hold it, hold it! You're not going anywhere.
Oh, yes, I am.
Whatever happened, it wasn't me. I just got here.
Director Addison wants to see a complete report of the Tempest's supplies, munitions, and crew.
Director Tan overruled Addison.
The ship's loaded out with equipment for outpost discovery, squarely under Director Addison's purview.
Seen you around. Ben, right?
Come here, Ben.
Came here with the family, didn't you? Son still in cryo? I could pull some strings, get him to the front of the line.
Really?
Yeah, really.
They told me he wasn't essential, but I miss him.
I know. I got family too, Ben.
It's done. Addison's gonna kill me.
That was smooth.
Nicely done.
Part of the job, Pathfinder. All things considered, it was an easy ask. And right now, you need people tearing down obstacles, not putting up more.
Finally, someone who cares about doing stuff and not just talking about it.
Let's get this ship into space. So we can look around it real quick.
Everything's state-of-the-art. Labs, sensors, exploration gear. Plus her crew, of course. The best in their field.
Ah, glad to see you looking well.
The engine core is based on the Ark's Odyssey drive.
It runs a hell of a lot quieter.
That's Gil Brody. Engineer, mechanic, all-around wrench jockey. We call this the research room. There's space for upgrading equipment, gathering intel.
Router engaged. Securing connection to Tempest.
Welcome aboard, Sam. And Ryder, of course.
All run by Suvi Anwar, our science officer. Your quarters are below. Plenty of space up here to get everyone together. It's all yours. She's light, stealthy, and the fastest ship in her class.
I kind of don't want to do the tough. I kind of want to do the adventure, the emotional response.
It's really going to be something, isn't it?
I haven't even shown you the best part. When you're ready to fly, head over to the bridge. Our pilot should have everything good to go.
Better head to the bridge when we're ready to go.
So I can do...
The meeting room. You can make vid calls from the central table, or just get the crew together.
what she said. I can do what she said. I mean, look at this. 360-degree window right here. And then you can even look up a little bit. From the outside, it's just metal plates, so I don't know if that's supposed to be the, sorry. If that's supposed to be the future equivalent of one-way glass, or if it's supposed to be sensor images projected onto a screen. You can see the faint little hexagons there. And then I can head down to the so-called research room.
We call this the research room. You can run research projects and coordinate with the Nexus from here.
So the strike...
Check this toy.
So this, the strike team stuff, I can look at it from right here. And see, look, there's a silver level mission. I may run that later tonight. And gold level, but it doesn't have the apex symbol. So let's pick a team. So Sierra would be 44% chance, 38%, and 70%. Alpha was kind of one of my go-tos, so I'll send them on it. Boom, done. Maybe it'll be done in a couple hours or something. Oh, 5 hours. There's a store here I can buy and sell. That's pretty nice. What's Liam got to say?
Seems like we're forever racing, but there's always time to check out new toys. Useful ones.
I'm all about what's useful.
Oh, this is. Especially if you grabbed anything from Habitat 7. Raw minerals, tech, doesn't matter. The research station will strip that stuff down and give you options.
We can craft our way through. Turn the junk we find into an advantage.
Hey, with tech like this, it won't be junk for long. Not after we're through. If the best we get is what we make, still the best. Check it out.
And so here I get the little research and development tutorial, which I'll do some other time. Oh, and they're giving me free stuff to make things with. So you can see on the wall there, Tech Lab.
Our tech lab is an engineer's dream. It's perfect for any delicate technical work.
And on the other side, there's the Bio Lab.
Wonder how fast that engine core clocks in.
Hey, Bio Lab.
That's the biolab. We can grow plants for food and oxygen, and keep any specimen safe.
I'm going to head aft instead of forward. So pause while it loads. So back here's the engine room. It's a couple of levels.
We're almost out there. Finally.
There's my core. And you can take the lift or not, as you choose. There we go. This is actually where Liam spends his time. I'll be going into there a lot later, and this is where Vetra usually spends her time. Although she's over here for now. And then this would be the ramp that deploys for getting on and off. Ladders to get up to the other level. Around here, some other important stuff. Crew quarters.
Most of the crew bunks in here. Cozy, huh? But your room's got more of a view.
A little info board where people can actually leave messages. See right here, Liam asking if anyone wants to help move a couch. Remember that couch was in that room I said he was going to be spending his time in. Forward of there is the head. I guess they want two people to shower at the same time? Or something? Josh, does this remind you of the facilities on the various ships that we've seen in Pulsar? We go across. It's a galley, such as it is. And back here is Medbay. With Lexi.
Hello, Ryder. Excuse me. I need to make sure we have everyone's medical files from the Nexus. Come by after launch, and we can catch up properly. Hello, Ryder.
There's been actually a lot of push on the internet to get, maybe in some future content, get Lexi added as a romance option. In that voice. And here's my room.
These are the Pathfinder's quarters. Your quarters. Sam's router is down there too.
And this is just for me. I mean, look at this. Look how awesome this is. This is ridiculously awesome. So Sam sits over here. Special delivery cache, I can get that. SpaceX rocket model. That just created a codex entry that I could go look up. Here I can check my email. So somebody wants to talk to me about interviews, and somebody else wants me to pick up a pie jack to have it hang out on the ship. And on this side, I can do my customization stuff. Personal customization. So I can do, you know, this is the casual outfit, a long sleeve or a short sleeve, or a jacket in case she gets cold, I guess, or a hoodie. Or if you really want to be informal, the new athletic that they just released. And look, she's wearing a Blasto tank top, hand arm with a gun. I think it's cool. I can select that, and then if I want to, I can change the colors. Right? I'll make it a dark purple. See, I don't know what this affects. Make that black. And then over here, I have no idea what this is affecting. Nothing as far as I can tell. I'll make that white. And then on the armor side, here's the armor that she's got right now. I can do some custom tints on that the same way. That's actually not a bad combination right there. Oh wait, I don't think I selected that. Oh, I did, okay. So there, I've changed into my really, really informal outfit for commanding the ship. I climb up here, and I can go to the bridge. And then that's where we'll call it a night. Really, open up. Yeah, it looks pretty protective, doesn't it?
Departure trajectory locked, Nexus Control. Ah, time for introductions. You must be Ryder, Galojath. A pleasure to be here, and to meet you, of course. I'll be piloting the Tempest at your word. Quite the ship, but it'll take a Pathfinder's guidance to see us through Helios.
I'll keep us out of trouble.
Plenty of dangers out there, but I'll do my best to avoid them.
That's reassuring. Wouldn't want to lose my finest work to that angry cloud. I was test pilot for the Tempest's early prototypes. I admit, I'm itching to see how she performs out here.
So, how do I...
The console syncs with your implant. Just swipe, touch a destination here, and the nav system calculates everything. Very efficient.
It was optimized for a Pathfinder.
Everything's secure, if you're ready.
Is anyone ready for something this big?
Failure is not an option.
I guess we have to be.
All right. Excuse me. Excuse me.
Command access is transferring successfully.
Science and monitoring stations look fine. Lexi's reporting in.
Helm is green. Gil reports the drive core is online.
This is it, Ryder. The Tempest is yours, unless you've got something to say for the log.
I'll stick with the logical, like you guys voted for.
I never planned to be Pathfinder. I don't know what's out there. But we're the Milky Way's best and brightest. We can do this.
Nexus Control, this is the Tempest, ident 2527, prepping to depart.
And here we go. We're taking off for the first time. So this is the ship that I want in Pulsar, except for the fact that it has no weapons.
Verified, Tempest. Godspeed, Pathfinder.
It's definitely smaller than a Roland.
To Eos, then. What would have been our Habitat 1?
2 failed outposts put an end to that idea.
Maybe we can turn things around. Callow, take us in.
Let's see, I don't remember if that's EOS. And this is all it takes to jump over there. No, this is actually Habitat 7. Yes, you go to EOS in the Pythias system.
So this is where the human Ark first entered Helios?
Heck of a wake-up call.
So there we go.
Picking up something.
And then I can scan a thing. See the orange arrow? It's pointing me to the thing. It's right there. I can go up there and launch a probe.
Deploying probe. Getting a scan.
Starship
Shuttle spotted.
wreckage.
Drifting. It sustained catastrophic electrical damage.
They also, on the first patch, put in the option to skip this fly around the star system. I like to play it every once in a while. Oops.
That's
Lost
the
that
research
shuttle.
vessel Dr. Aridana informed us of. There are no life readings within.
She'll want to know.
And so there we go. Oops, that's not how we get out. T to exit. And so this looks like a good place to stop, especially since I'm about to sneeze again. Just one this time. So there we are. We now have our awesome ship. We now have our first mission. We can actually go out and do something next time. 4 hours in, and we've done the tutorial and run around talking to people. But that's okay. It's a much slower, more relaxed game. So, let's call it. It's been a good night, and I'm now 14 minutes late. Hopefully that won't be a trend that continues. Having to restart the game didn't exactly help. So, everybody, thank you for coming out. I saw a little while ago I had 7 viewers. I don't know who the heck was here, but I'm glad you guys were here. Hopefully the situation over in your neck of the woods, Mr. Badmech, gets resolved soon. At least let people know what's going on and what happened and everything. And my thoughts go with you if you end up finding out that you did know somebody was there. Otherwise, my thoughts are with your countrymen and women. Yeah, it's an absolutely huge game. So if we actually look at it now, game, load, and see the save that I just made. We are 11% done and almost 4 hours in. So, okay, folks, thanks for showing up tonight, and I will do this again next week, and we'll actually go land on EOS and see what kind of trouble we can get into on a planet. So until then, have a good week, and I will see you guys later. Hopefully I'll see somebody in Pulsar soon, too. Bye.